Chosen one, if this transmission finds you today, grant your full attention, for the universe did not randomly place this video in your path. This evening, you will step across the threshold of one of the entire year's most potent spiritual openings, the 1212 portal. This event is far more than a typical energy fluctuation. This gateway strikes like a seismic spiritual event, violently dislodging anything that stands outside your highest destiny, while simultaneously drawing 3 divine breakthroughs into your life trajectory with relentless momentum. In the next few moments, we will clarify exactly why December 12th feels so charged, why you cannot silence your thoughts, why your spirit is agitated, and how fate is actively reconstructing your surroundings. Remain until the closing moment, as these 3 miracles are set to redefine your journey in ways your previous self could never have handled. Let us commence. The 1212 portal does not arrive with subtlety. It manifests as a high-frequency vibrational shockwave, an invisible compelling power that surges through your energetic makeup, dismantling false perceptions and illuminating the truths your soul can no longer afford to overlook. It represents one of the few annual junctures where the spiritual dimension leans so closely toward the physical world that the fundamental nature of your reality feels instantly altered. For those who are specifically chosen, this portal is not just a calendar date. It is a sacred soul commitment, a destined crossing point. You might sense your perceptive abilities sharpening suddenly, as if a thick layer of fog you were unaware of has finally cleared. You might perceive an internal electric hum, a heightened awareness, or a profound inner conviction, pulling you toward an ambiguous yet deeply familiar destination. Alternatively, you may simply observe life spontaneously rearranging itself through inexplicable means. This occurs because the 1212 portal dramatically intensifies 2 powerful, seemingly contrasting, yet perfectly coordinated forces: purification and illumination. 1. The purification of what is no longer congruent with your being. As this gateway activates, any structure founded on fear, limitation, scarcity, attachment, or obsolete identity scripts begins to fissure. This is not punitive action. It is vital, spiritual refinement. You may wake up with an instant loss of interest in individuals you once tolerated. You might find that conversations previously comfortable now feel draining or mismatched. A habit, a connection, or a situation may start to dissipate before any tangible separation occurs. The power of 1212 makes no compromises. It does not await your mental readiness. It proactively removes every obstruction, blocking your elevated path. This collapse begins quietly, like the faint sound of a restraining rope snapping without notice. Yet as the date nears, the modifications become indisputable. Someone fails to respond to your text. A plan dissolves unexpectedly. Something you relied upon falls apart. Your emotional responses deviate from the norm. Former behaviors cease to bring satisfaction. This signifies the systematic dismantling of your outdated timeline. And in this process, your soul is not suffering loss, it is achieving freedom. The 1212 portal tears away elements that cannot accompany you into your future chapter. It clears the emotional ballast that has inhibited your spiritual velocity for too long. It dissolves the self-created illusions you have unconsciously inhabited. It concludes energetic agreements you hadn't realized were past their expiration date. While this purification may feel profoundly destabilizing, it is the greatest spiritual boon masked as discomfort, because the cosmos only extracts that which is holding your true destiny captive. 2. A radiant influx of light into your awareness. After the stagnant energy begins to shed, the portal floods your inner landscape with an elevated frequency comparable to a spiritual dawn that fully illuminates every recess of your consciousness. Your intuitive guidance ceases its gentle urging and starts speaking with unwavering authority. Your dreams adopt deeper symbolism, becoming intensely vivid, occasionally even predictive. You may repeatedly encounter specific number sequences, such as 111, 222, 1212, or 10. You might overhear exchanges that deliver precise direction. You may gain instantaneous certainty regarding decisions you have previously postponed. You might even feel a sense of direct communication from the universe itself. This is not imagination. This is absolute spiritual synchronization. The 1212 portal reconfigures your internal blueprint, the energetic architecture that dictates how you interpret, react, and feel toward life. This light infusion pushes you out of simple survival patterns and into deliberate, conscious creation, transforming confusion into definitive clarity, emotional entanglement into liberation, and self-doubt into resolute purpose. Many chosen ones report feeling an unprompted surge of self-assurance. They cannot logically explain a deep need to sanitize their home or personal space or social circle. Sudden, cathartic emotional releases, crying, laughter, or feeling lighter, and a magnetic attraction towards something yet unidentified. These are not random events. They serve as energetic validation. Your spirit is actively recognizing this new timeline before your rational mind can fully grasp it. Why this happens? The universal law underpinning the transition. The most critical spiritual realization regarding the 1212 portal is this: the cosmos must first clear the runway before delivering a breakthrough. A miracle necessitates space. A new era requires a conclusion. Moving to a higher vibration requires the deliberate shedding of old weight. Therefore, if December 12th feels overwhelmingly intense, if your energetic signature is shifting dramatically, if circumstances are rapidly evolving, if people are exiting your life, if you feel an irrational yet powerful urge toward change, trust this process. Nothing is genuinely being taken from you. It is merely being returned to its source. Nothing is shattering. Everything is fitting into its predestined position. Nothing is truly ending. Everything is beginning. This purification is simply the universe making necessary space for the blessings you have prayed for. The portal's directive to the chosen ones. The instruction is unambiguous. Do not cling to that which I am actively trying to release you from. If a person or situation is departing, allow their exit. If a gateway closes, do not insist on forcing it open. If a chapter reaches its conclusion, exhale it softly. The 1212 energy is not here to inflict pain. It is here to guide your alignment. When the purification meets the illumination, when the former path dissolves and the new path emerges, the first breakthrough rapidly approaches you. You are not experiencing failure. You are not fragmenting. You are undergoing metamorphosis, and the universe is preparing you for something immeasurably grander. The initial breakthrough that is ignited by the 1212 portal is recognized by spiritual practitioners as the timeline flip. This is the sacred instant when your existence dramatically veers away from what depletes you and abruptly shifts toward the alignment of your supreme destiny. It is the spontaneous opening of a cosmic entryway, a divine intervention, a precise and intentional course correction, so complete that regression to your state, even a week prior, becomes impossible. What makes this miracle so extraordinary is that you do not initiate it. The universe takes control. The timeline flip does not await your confidence. It does not solicit your permission, It activates the moment your soul achieves vibrational readiness, even if your everyday self is still attempting to catch up. This explains why the transition often feels surprising and frequently overwhelming. What the timeline flip fundamentally represents. The timeline flip marks the cosmic juncture where your previous trajectory collapses and your predetermined new one manifests so swiftly that you can feel the energetic disconnection inside your core. This breakthrough appears through sudden, unexpected pivotal moments. A job prospect you never applied for suddenly bearing your name. A message or communication that instantly reorients your focus. A profound insight that strikes like spiritual lightning. A complete paradigm shift that renders your old route alien. A door that has resisted for years, suddenly yielding without effort. This shift is not subtle. It is not gentle. The universe is essentially communicating. You have internalized the necessary lesson. You have finished the current chapter. You are now prepared to step into everything that was meant for you all along. Many chosen individuals characterize this sensation as, "Everything changed immediately. I just intuitively knew what action to take. I felt compelled towards something entirely different. I could no longer disregard the sign." The timeline flip is the breakthrough that rewrites your prospective future in real time. Why this miracle is so impactful on December 12th. The 1212 portal transmits a resonant frequency of culmination and reawakening. It eradicates indecision. It dissolves inertia. It terminates cycles you have unconsciously repeated. If you experienced stagnation, confinement, or exhaustion this past year, that was not a failure. It was groundwork. The universe was amassing momentum, anticipating this precise cosmic synchronization. On December 12th, the energy intensifies so profoundly that your former pathway simply loses its ability to contain you. You rapidly outgrow it overnight. This is the precise moment the flip occurs. Your soul, not your analytical mind, assumes command. How to confirm the timeline flip has engaged. The indicators are distinct, and once identified, you will instantly recognize the transition. 1. You cease expending energy, chasing what is not meant for you. The urge to beg, pursue, persuade, or hold on dissipates entirely. You experience an internal peace. You stop over-analyzing or over-committing. You transition from pursuing to attracting. Your energy becomes highly magnetic because it perfectly aligns with your authentic course. 2. You instantly comprehend the failures of the past. The disjointed pieces of the puzzle assemble themselves. The heartbreak feels logical. The delay is revealed as divine timing. What once felt like rejection now exposes itself as necessary safeguarding. This is the instant you realize the cosmos was not obstructing you. It was meticulously guiding you. 3. Your inner counsel overrides external influence. You stop looking outward for validation. You stop seeking authorization. You stop questioning your primary instincts. Your intuition rises like a high tide, forceful, steady, and unavoidable. You cultivate a deeper level of self-trust than ever before. 4. You feel an almost irresistible magnetic pull toward a new direction. This gravitation is unmistakable. Decisions are no longer forced. They simply flow. Your deepest desires lean toward a specific goal. A professional venture repeatedly surfaces in your thoughts. A new geographical location feels strangely suitable. A major life transition begins to whisper to your spirit. This is your future, actively tugging at your present self. The spiritual function of the timeline flip. The timeline flip removes you from your lower pathway, the route defined by fear, uncertainty, and mere survival, and firmly places you onto your higher pathway, characterized by purpose, unmistakable clarity and boundless expansion. It is the moment your past loses its ability to dictate your present. Your deepest healing transforms into your most profound strength. Your aspirations feel attainable once again. Your life begins to cohere in an entirely new context. The future rearranges itself to harmonize with the person you are evolving into, not the individual you were forced to become. This is the reason the shift feels so disruptive. This is why emotions suddenly surge. This is why your conscious mind may feel overloaded. Your soul is already existing in your new timeline, and your physical self is striving to catch up. The truth behind this breakthrough: the 1212 portal does not activate when you mentally decide you are ready. It activates when your soul achieves readiness, even if your mind is apprehensive, even if your heart is hesitant, even if everything surrounding you feels chaotic. Your spirit registers the miracle before you consciously acknowledge it. You might experience agitation, emotionality, or inexplicable excitement, sensing that something monumental is approaching, that your life is accelerating beyond the norm. This is the unmistakable energetic signature of the timeline flip, a message for you as this breakthrough approaches. Take a moment to inhale. Slow the pace of your thoughts. Anchor your energy. Nothing currently occurring is accidental. You are not losing control. You are entering synchronization. You are not crumbling. You are settling into perfect order. And this initial breakthrough is merely the prologue, because what follows is more intimate, more profound, and incredibly restorative. The second breakthrough of the 1212 portal is the one that feels the most jarring and is often the most evaded by chosen individuals' emotional discharge. Not a conventional release, but a comprehensive, soul-deep unraveling that draws years, even decades, of suppressed emotional pain to the surface, so that ultimate liberation can occur. This is the breakthrough that initially resists definition as a miracle. It manifests as profound heaviness. It appears as sudden weeping. It feels like inner turmoil, silence, physical depletion, or unexpected waves of emotion, seemingly arising from nowhere. Yet the 1212 portal does not surface these emotions to shatter you. It elevates them to set you free. Why this emotional surge takes place? Throughout your existence, you have accumulated emotional density that your spirit was never intended to carry indefinitely. The romantic wounds you never fully addressed, the disillusionments you buried merely to keep moving forward, the grudges you retained because you lacked the tools to let them go, the instances you remained silent when you desperately needed support, the sorrow you concealed because others relied on your composure. All of this residue remains within your energetic structure. On December 12th, the universe focuses a beam of light onto these deep wounds, not to hurt you, but to highlight precisely what your heart has been burdening itself with. This portal operates like spiritual deep surgery. It isolates the areas requiring remediation, draws the weight to the surface, and shepherds you through the necessary release mechanism. This is why many chosen ones experience sudden, unprompted tears. They feel emotional inertia, followed by instant mental clarity. They lose interest in unnecessary drama or low-vibration people. Memories from formative years or past relationships begin to resurface. They feel powerful compulsions to withdraw from circumstances that are draining their vital energy. A surprising softness replaces their habitual defenses. These are not signs of a breakdown. They are significant breakthroughs, veiled as emotional turbulence. What this breakthrough genuinely signifies: this miracle reveals a truth that the majority of people resist. You cannot transition into your next timeline while still carrying the emotional bulk of your past one. Your forthcoming chapter requires a lighter internal state, It demands a clearer mental apparatus. It necessitates an unencumbered spirit. The 1212 portal facilitates the discharge of one obsolete emotional baggage. This includes sorrow that no longer offers a lesson, attachments that have run their course, connections that deplete rather than nourish, and personal narratives that no longer align with your emerging self. 2 outdated emotional contracts. These are subconscious agreements you made with others. Often in childhood times, I will diminish my light so you feel secure. I will absorb the emotional burden so you are relieved. I will accept inadequacy because I fear the loss of affection. Asterisk. The portal dissolves these agreements instantaneously. Your spirit effectively reclaims the energy you once gave away. 3 entrenched patterns of self-betrayal. Every instance, you disregarded your inner voice for another. Every time you prioritized temporary peace over fundamental truth. Every time you neglected your own core requirements. All these patterns shatter under the 1212 frequency. This is restorative healing at the most fundamental level. How emotional discharge translates into soul healing. As the emotional density is processed and leaves your system, your entire energetic landscape begins a profound change. Your nervous system undergoes recalibration. You become less reactive and more observant. Your emotional triggers loosen their hold. You respond to life with certainty rather than fear. Your intuitive guidance becomes significantly sharper. With the emotional clutter gone, you finally perceive your inner voice clearly. Your judgment improves. Decision-making becomes simpler. You re-establish connection with your higher self. Your energetic shield intensifies. Circumstances that once overwhelmed you suddenly feel manageable. You cease passively absorbing the emotional states of others. You begin to emanate strength instead of collapsing inwardly. Your heart becomes lighter and increasingly receptive. This is the essential component. A heart weighed down by past pain actively repels blessings because it is already saturated with unresolved feeling. A fully healed heart attracts effortlessly. For this reason, the 1212 emotional discharge is not an affliction. It is crucial preparation. The indicators of soul-level restoration. Throughout this portal, you may intensely desire silence, personal space, new settings, clean energy, truthfulness, and deep rest. This is your soul stabilizing itself after releasing years of emotional debris. These deep desires signal rebirth, not mere isolation. Many chosen ones also experience a sudden, strange inner tranquility, a profound willingness to surrender control, a deep-seated acceptance of the past, a tangible sensation of pressure lifting from their chest, an emotional neutrality where intense triggers once resided. There is a quiet conviction that something magnificent is approaching, because once the emotional burden is lifted, your heart space fully opens, and into that vacuum, breakthroughs instantly begin to stream. The concealed power of this breakthrough. The most profound realization of this portal is that emotional purification is invariably followed by emotional renewal. Just as a forest fire precedes vital new growth, just as a storm purifies the atmosphere, your emotional discharge readies you for transformation. When you consciously release old suffering, your spirit finally gains the latitude to ascend. This meticulously prepares the groundwork for the third miracle, the moment your internal healing begins to manifest and shape your external reality. What was stalled begins to move. What was delayed starts to rapidly accelerate. What was uncertain becomes undeniable. You are not just recovering, you are constructing anew. The 1212 portal is not simply sanitizing your heart, it is conditioning it for the blessings that are moving toward you faster than you realize. The third and final breakthrough of the 1212 portal is the one that translates all the internal shifts you've experienced into concrete, observable physical outcomes. Your manifestation window opens. This is the juncture where the universe ceases its quiet signaling and begins a direct, decisive response. It is the point where spiritual harmony transforms into physical reality, where what you have been energetically conditioning yourself for finally starts to materialize in the tangible world. For the chosen ones, the 1212 portal doesn't merely lift the veil. It eradicates the distance between an inner thought and an external result. It functions as a quantum gateway, where focused intention perfectly converges with divine timing. What makes this manifestation window so highly potent? On this specific day, the energetic field surrounding you becomes intensely infused with alignment, specific direction, and clarity. Your deepest emotions, your intentions, your frequency, and your spiritual efforts all synchronize into an elevated vibration that irresistibly draws toward you what rightfully belongs. Manifestation is no longer a slow grind. It is no longer blocked. It is no longer postponed by old wounds or previous timelines. You shift fully into a state of reception, and the cosmos responds without hesitation. During the 1212 portal, you will likely begin to observe unexpected and rapid manifestations. Opportunities that once seemed far off may suddenly drop into your reality. An unanticipated financial solution, a rapid improvement in a specific relationship dynamic, a profound leap forward in your creative or professional trajectory, an invitation, offer, or message that immediately opens a new gateway, a moment of pure good fortune that alters your path. These are not mere chance occurrences. They are tangible confirmations. Manifestation accelerates when your inherent energy stops contradicting your stated desires. The 1212 portal stabilizes your vibrations so thoroughly that your intentions begin drawing results toward you with pure magnetic power. 2. The entrance of soul-aligned individuals into your life. During this period, you may encounter mentors, spiritual guides, collaborators, soul family members, supporters, or partners. People who instantly understand and resonate with you. These individuals emerge because your energy is no longer obscured by emotional obstruction. Your soul signal is clearer to locate, and thus the universe dispatches those who perfectly match your frequency. The connections forged during this portal are often profound, destined, and inherently transformative. They serve to activate the higher version of yourself that is currently emerging. 3. Instantaneous clearing of blockages. Situations that previously caused immense frustration may suddenly give way like floodgates bursting open. Delayed plans gain immediate traction. Intricate dilemmas find surprisingly simple resolutions. Communication flows smoothly. Doors that remained tightly shut for months begin unlocking effortlessly. This happens because the portal actively dismantles the energetic interference surrounding your pathway. Where resistance once resided, there is now effortless flow. Where confusion reigned, there is now ultimate clarity. Where there was stagnation, there is now unstoppable momentum. You may experience the powerful sensation that the universe is literally sweeping the road ahead of you, because that is precisely what is happening. 4. A dramatic amplification of your energy field. This breakthrough is often understated, yet it is the most critical of all. Your aura, the electromagnetic field enveloping your physical form, becomes noticeably sharper, brighter, and significantly more powerful. You begin to radiate light instead of passively absorbing external energy. You feel intrinsically protected instead of perpetually depleted. Your intuition achieves razor-like precision. Your manifestations materialize faster because your broadcast signal to the universe is pristine. People may even remark that you appear healthier, lighter, or fundamentally different. This shift renders you instantly magnetic to blessings. When your energy expands, your physical reality expands in perfect synchronization with it. Why this breakthrough functions so efficiently on December 12th. The December 12th portal aligns you with your highest possible timeline, the version of your life that harmonizes perfectly with your spiritual evolution, your profound healing, and your defined purpose. In the preceding months, your desires were filtered through internal scarcity. But now, following the timeline flip and emotional discharge, you are manifesting from a place of inner certainty, emotional purity, spiritual harmony, self-assuredness, deep trust, and inherent self-worth. You are no longer manifesting from a place of survival. You are manifesting from a place of soul mode. This changes everything. The universe is finally able to deliver what you have been persistently calling in, because you are now vibrationally congruent with it. The vital 7 to 14 days following December 12th. During this phase, maintain your grounding. Remain centered, stay open to possibility, be acutely aware of confirming signs, practice persistent gratitude, and stay unwaveringly aligned with your intuition. Your reality will commence reshaping itself at a pace your mind struggles to grasp. You may sense the rapid formation of a new timeline, the emergence of a new identity, the awakening of a specific focus, the rising of new inner fortitude, and a fresh clarity guiding your every move. This culmination is not arbitrary. You are consciously walking into the life your soul has spent decades preparing you for. The deeper significance of this breakthrough. You are not simply manifesting objects or circumstances. You are manifesting times yourself, asterisk. The version of you that was obscured beneath years of exhaustion, fear, doubt, or trauma is now making its definitive appearance. You are becoming the self who trusts unconditionally, who receives effortlessly without guilt, who creates with profound intention, who listens to inner guidance, who protects necessary boundaries, and who inherently knows their own value. This is your personal rebirth. This is your full activation. This is your ultimate alignment. The universe is not merely bestowing gifts upon you, it is preparing you to fully embody them. You are not idly waiting for your life to commence. Your new life has already begun. Your manifestations are not somewhere distant. They are actively arriving. You are no longer relying on hope. You are actively becoming. And the 1212 portal is the definitive gateway through which your wholly transformed reality steps forward to finally greet you. Chosen one. If you have remained here, still listening, still breathing deeply into this shared moment, accept this as the most unmistakable signal the universe could possibly send you. You are completely ready. This 1212 portal is not merely an external event, it is a process actively unfolding through the core of your being. It is rewriting your energetic makeup, reawakening your most profound intuition, and summoning the version of you that your soul has been patiently awaiting the opportunity to reveal. Tonight something deeply ancient stirs within you, a strength you had completely forgotten you possessed, a wisdom you carried from past lives, a fire in your spirit that has survived every conflict you have ever endured. You are actively shedding the weight of outdated identities. You are consciously releasing wounds that no longer have the power to define you. You are stepping definitively out of destructive patterns that once felt impossible to break, and now you are stepping onto a path toward a future that your heart whispered about long before your logical mind dared to believe it was achievable. The breakthroughs of this powerful portal are already in motion. Your timeline is irrevocably shifting, pulling you away from all that drains you and directing you toward what is divinely intended. Your heart is mending, dissolving the emotional density you have sustained for far too long. Your manifestations are rapidly gaining velocity, aligning perfectly with the higher frequency you have now successfully embodied. These comprehensive changes are not random chance. They are meticulously aligned with the person you are fundamentally becoming. Therefore, tonight, pause, close your eyes, place your hand softly upon your heart space. Feel the undeniable truth vibrating beneath your skin, and whisper quietly, "I am ready, ready for this profound transition, ready for the inevitable blessing, ready for the new chapter that commences the instant I claim it." Because the universe has already registered your state of readiness. Your fundamental transformation has already commenced, and the next chapter of your destiny starts right now.